Walberg, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to my colleague from Michigan, I never thought whether you took drugs. I wouldn't have suspected that, so. Protecting kids and my colleagues and teens online is a top priority for me and so many others across the country and on this committee. I led COPPA 2.0 along with my friend Representative Castor, which would update and strengthen the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act by expanding protections for teens, prohibiting targeted ads, and establishing clear data minimization requirements. Commissioner Holyoke, welcome. Can you speak to the importance of COPPA in the past and how we can continue to improve online protections for minors?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. This is an important issue for me. I have 4 kids, and tracking what they do online sometimes feels like a second full-time job. So it's tough. And COPPA is an excellent tool for the commission. Just today, we announced a settlement with a company, and it was a complaint that included a COPPA claim. And this is an app that would send anonymous messages to teens saying things like, "I know what you did. I see you on Instagram." I mean, it's terrible things. There's terrible problems out there, and so it's an important tool for that. And I thank you for your leadership on this. And I think Congress should continue to look at these issues and continue to see if we can find ways to strengthen our enforcement efforts. And if those laws are passed, I will vigorously enforce those.
Yeah, well, we need to work together strongly on that, and I think the time has come. Oh, well past come. Chair Khan, the Northern District of Texas preliminarily enjoined the FTC's non-compete rule, stating that the rule likely exceeds the agency's authority and that it is arbitrary and capricious. Strong words. Assuming this is a final decision of the court, will the FTC stop trying to promulgate this rule?
So as you know, this was a preliminary injunction hearing, and the judge has said that she will issue a full opinion by the end of August, so we will wait to see what happens there. And of course, we would proceed in accordance with court decisions that come down. We're still reviewing and proceeding accordingly. More generally, I mean, non-competes now trap over 30 million American workers, and we've heard from over 25,000 people across the country about how non-competes are keeping them locked into their current job, preventing them from going to get a better opportunity elsewhere. We actually brought a case involving janitors and security guards in Michigan who were making close to minimum wage, who wanted to be able to switch jobs to get a higher wage, and instead they were threatened with lawsuits for tens of thousands of dollars. So we're talking about real harms to real people. As our rulemaking lays out, we think that not only are American workers less free, but our economy is worse off, less dynamic, less competitive.
Well, we'll look forward to court having a final decision on that, and I'm encouraged that you say you will follow that. Commissioner Holyoke, the court's decision largely tracks your dissent. What's your assessment?
Thank you for the question. Yes, my dissent points out that the first and foremost, when we're doing a rule, we need to look and see what is our source of authority. Here, the non-compete relies on both Section 5 of the FTC Act and Section 6 working together. Section 5 is where unfair methods of competition is contained, but Section 5 sets forth a really comprehensive adjudication framework. Section 6, by contrast, sets forth our authorities relating to investigations. And inside Section 6 is a rule, Section 6G, that says that we can classify corporations or make rules in furtherance of the provisions of this act. So that is where the source of authority, the non-compete, claims to have that authority. But the question is, you have to look at the entire text and structure of the act. Does that little provision, that ancillary provision in Section 6G, what kind of rules does that allow? Does it allow procedural rules, internal operating rules, or legislative rules, which is what the non-compete alleges it does? And to understand that, we look at the entire text and structure. Section 5 has absolutely no mention of rulemaking. It talks, again, as I mentioned, adjudication, but not even any sort of adjudication of prescribed rules. So looking at the text and structure together, there is, I believe, and as I explained in my consent, that no reviewing court would find that there is rulemaking authority under Section 6 and Section 5 together for unfair methods of competition. And that is what the court held. The court, as Chair Khan mentioned, is a preliminary injunction, but the standard for a preliminary injunction is likelihood of success on the merits. So that is what the court held.
Thank you. My time has expired. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Now recognize Ms. Kelly.